let's study a bit about the environment, the habitat, and the like. Now, what is environment? When I talk about the environment, I'm talking about the different biotic, the different abiotic factors. What are biotic factors? Biotic factor means those factors which are living, like the plants, the animals, the microorganisms. All these come under the biotic factor. And when I talk about the abiotic factor, I'm talking about the temperature, I'm talking about wind, I'm talking about humidity, light. All these come under the abiotic factors. And the sum of biotic and abiotic factor make up the environment. So environment is the sum total of all biotic, that is living, and abiotic, that is non-living factors that surround and potentially influence an organism. How the different biotic and the different abiotic factors, they are influencing an organism. Some components of the environment serve as resource while other act as regulatory factors. So now these are the two terms which are used when we talk about the environment. One is resource, another is the regulatory factor. Now what is a resource? Resource is a substance or object in the environment required by an organism for normal growth, maintenance and reproduction. So the basic requirements which an individual, which an organism required for the survival, for the growth, for the reproduction, it is referred as resource. Now what is a regulatory factor? The another part of the environment. In ecology, a regulatory factor is something that keeps a population at equilibrium. Equilibrium means neither increasing nor decreasing in size over a particular time span. It is constant. So those factors which are keeping the whole environment, all the organisms in equilibrium, it is a regulatory factor. So what can be the example? Like the food supply. Okay, if the population increases to certain size, there will be less food for each organism. So obviously, we have a particular amount of food resources which are present. So if the population size is going to increase, if the equilibrium is not being maintained, so what will happen? The food supply will be less. The food resources will be in scarcity. The different components of the environment are interlinked and interdependent. Yes. So all the components which are present, like your biotic factors, your abiotic factors, all are interdependent, dependent upon each other. Besides being understood at large and global climatic patterns, the environment can also be dealt with based on local climatic conditions known as microclimate. So it is not the climate which we said over a large area, but it is also influenced by microclimate, means a small area, a small location, a small size which is there, and that is basically regulated by a particular kind of climate or the changes in temperature and wind. So that is a microclimate. So the environment can also be influenced by a microclimate.